Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you a few exercises that you can do to help improve your foot mobility. Now this is a really great video I'm going to make showing you a variety of exercises you can do to help unlock your feet. Now why is this important? So if you are struggling with foot pain, plantar fasciitis, heel pain, Achilles tendonitis, or even knee pain, it could be because your feet are very stiff and not very mobile. Now, a lot of times what I notice is that when people have things like jumper's knee, patellar tendonitis, a lot of knee caving in when they are doing their squats or single leg squats, I actually notice that the problem is coming from their feet. Because if your feet are not able to move well, if your feet are not able to absorb load from the ground, all the stress is going to translate up the chain into the knee. So it's really important that your feet can move well because your feet are the first joints and bones and structures to absorb load when you are doing any type of functional activity. So for this first exercise, we're going to start off with some windshield wipers. So windshield wipers are simply going to be this motion of your feet. Now what's really important is as you move your feet in and out, you don't want to move from the knees and hips because that's cheating. Now you really want to isolate that movement coming from your feet. Now this is really great because it opens your midfoot. Now the midfoot, which is where your arch is of your foot, is where most of the shock absorption is going to happen. And this is usually an area where people are very stiff. A lot of people tend to have a lack of mobility in their midfoot. Again, if your midfoot's not moving well, it may overload your plantar fascia, which plantar fasciitis is really common. So again, we're just gonna do some windshield wipers. If you have trouble allowing, kind of lifting up your big toes without letting your knees cave in, you could use a yoga block. So I'm gonna put the yoga block between my knees, and that way it's just isolating movement at my feet. Now, a really great thing about using a yoga block is that you might feel a little bit of your inner thighs working. That's also really great because your inner thighs also help connect you to your pelvic floor and your core. So that is the windshield wiper. So you're just alternating between big toe and lateral part of your feet. Great. This other exercise I'm going to show you is with the green Franklin balls. Now the green Franklin balls are a really great exercise in terms of just rolling your foot on these because these are textured balls. And I really like them because they're also nice and squishy. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take the Franklin ball and you're simply going to massage your foot along the ball. Now you can also use a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball, but these Franklin balls are really meant for hydrating your feet, moisturizing them, and stimulating blood flow in your nerves. So just doing this around your feet can be really helpful. And then we'll do the other side. So just take whatever ball you have right now and just massage your feet. Good. You can also do foot smashes. You can smash your foot into the ball to get more pressure. Now you can also do this in standing, but for video purposes, I am doing this in sitting so that hopefully it's a little bit easier to see what's happening at my feet. Great. So that is the Franklin ball kind of push or compression. Great. And then this last one we're gonna do is with these half dome balls. So these are balls that are cut in half. That's why they're called a half ball. And they're really great again for opening up your midfoot. So this exercise is kind of similar to the windshield wiper exercise, where you're simply going to place the ball along the base of your ball of your feet. So if I do this from a side view, you want the ball to be kind of almost underneath the big toe. You don't want it to be in the middle or the heel, you want it to be underneath the big toe. So what I'm gonna do is keeping my heel on the ground, I'm simply gonna roll my foot in and out. Now this is a really great exercise. It's kind of like the windshield wiper exercise, but you're doing it over a ball and you're teaching your body, your foot, how to pronate, so when your arches come in, and supinate. Now a lot of people have difficulty with one direction. So a lot of people I notice tend to supinate pretty well or pronate pretty well, but then they can't do the other direction. So your feet are dynamic structures. They need to be able to pronate and supinate. If you can only do one, that's when you run into foot issues. So again, we want all this motion to come from the feet. A lot of people tend to cheat by moving at their knees. So again, if that's the case, use a yoga block and just really focus on isolating that midfoot eversion or pronation and supination. Again, it feels pretty good. And do about 20 reps per side. And then we'll do the other side. So I love the yoga block because it's really great for feedback. So again, we're going into eversion and inversion. Now you need both of these motions because eversion or pronation helps absorb load in your body. Supination helps transfer forces up your body. So you need to be able to do both. And if your foot can't absorb load, again, it's going to translate up the chain. So that's when people have knee pain, hip pain, back pain. So everything almost really starts from the foot, I think. So making sure you have very good and healthy feet is very important. All right, so that is the half dome exercise. So I hope that was helpful. So there are 3 different exercises you can try: the windshield wipers, the foot rolling with the Franklin balls or the foot compressions, and also the midfoot eversions and inversions with the half dome balls. So give those exercises a try. I will also link the Amazon links to these Franklin balls and the half dome balls and a yoga block if you wanted to get those. But feel free to try those and let me know what you think.